Muy buenas. Estamos de nuevo en Bastion. Me he hecho, en plan extraoficialmente, algunos que otros desafíos. Todos los que me han aparecido menos. Me queda el último premio de este. Y no sé si el segundo o el tercero del machete, que es que cojones, es que no lo consigo, macho. Así que bueno, vamos a continuar la historia. A ver qué nos sale.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off. Riverbanks swarming with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weepin' Nellie.
Ah, coño.
She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. The security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They're pretty steamed about what happened at Cinderbrick.
Estoy pensando a todos lados a ver si pillo y mato ya todo.
They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out. Well, Weepin' Nellie
pájaro.
tries harder.
¿Qué es eso?
Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors.
Es que no sé si hay algo... Bueno, no sé. Ah, tengo que probar una nueva habilidad que pillé, que es para el machete, que se supone que son ataques muy rápidos. Bien.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings.
Ah, ¿pero son malos? Sí, vale, son malos. A ver. Vale. No está mal el ataque ese, pero tampoco por tanto. Como si me pongo a dar clics todo el rato seguido.
They had their own eyes on the core. But why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go.
Ah, que son míos.
Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough. She's gonna need a little help with all them pickers. Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these.
Ah, pájaros. Ah, sí, ya se lo cargan mis torres. Ah, dan cristales.
Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. The windbag's getting even better idea. They aim to smash Weeping Nelly to splinters. Kid almost falls again. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nelly.
Qué rapidez.
She's just gotta make one last stop. With her last breath, Nelly gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground and pick her country. They want that core real bad.
Ah, me estoy equivocando. En vez de a defender está dando a...
Might be they want it just as bad as a kid.
Fucking pájaros. O aquí con
Kid
una
shoots
escopeta.
them
Me
all,
hubiera venido muy bien, la verdad.
knowing they'll be back. Know how many times kid nearly fell off the barge back there? 3 times. Now, listen close. You should remember this next part. Why go to Prosper Bluff? Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far. The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that.
¿Qué pasa?
But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't.
Oye, esas plantas...
And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it?
Porque no sabe. Ah, vale. Vale, hey.
There the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again?
Pero esto no sigue, ¿no?
Yeah, that's the one.
¡Yeah! Se oye una mujer cantando. ¿Por dónde me he caído, macho? Hay un huequillo ahí. Manitas. ¡Mierda! ¡No! Ahí había una cosa, un tónico. Pero bueno, no pasa nada. Mujer, ¿dónde estás? Pero ahí había más cosas. No sé si será por aquí o esta parte es la opcional o qué. A ver, espera, voy a volver atrás. Vale, sí. Ahí hay como una luz extraña. Supongo que tendré que llegar hasta ahí.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes.
¡Una chica!
Someday those tears are gonna spill.
Arroyo. Ah, pues mira que bien.
So be
Hola. Hola. Señora. Joder, que no puedo pasar, señora. Ah, ahora sí.
They'll be here before too long. We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow or again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find. Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away. A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
¿Y dónde está la mujer? ¡Mujer! Bueno, a ver, vamos a construir el templo. Nuevos ídolos. A ver, espera, a lo mejor tengo aquí alguna mierda nueva. No. ¿Qué es esto?
Most of the Ura never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods. Unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Girl tried to run away from home one time. But the marshals stopped that, didn't they? Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see. But leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view. So many secrets in there and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal.
Bueno, vamos a ver el templo este.
Behold, the Pantheon.
Ah, ok, el templo, ya me acuerdo de él. ¿Esto qué es? A ver, pero este desafío ya lo he hecho realmente, ¿no?
A Kobe.
La cara son... Se vengarán en medio de la derrota. Bueno, en fin.
The gods never liked competing for people's affections.
A ver, y no tengo aquí nada nuevo, ¿no? ¿Algún arma o algo? va. Nada, continuemos.
We
Bastion
track
ya
the
está casi
final
hecho,
core
¿no?
beyond the city to the wilds.
No creo que sea el último. Y si es el último, quedará todavía bastante juego, vamos. Porque me quedan un montón de cosas en el
The
templo.
wild
Un
unknown.
montón de armas que no
Place to eat
sé.
a man alive. Place is so raw, even the calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it.
¿Pistolas?
Know what's better than having to sling a pistol in a fight? Having two.
Hola.
Savage things lurking at every turn. Kids faster than a slinger with those guns. Pin cushions ain't the worst of it either.
Hostias, chaval. ¿Cómo me llevadas? Joder. Vale.
Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon.
Ya, ahora sí que quitan los bichos, La mierda esa que he puesto en el templo.
Kid learns the hard way not to touch those things.
Joder.
By now, kid's got more needles in him than a stab weed. They shouldn't have let their guard down. The core's right there, itching to come home.
Sí, pero yo quiero antes hacer más cosas. ¿No puedo pasar por aquí? No, creo que tengo que cogerlo.
Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. Wallflowers survive the calamity.
Hostias, protege.
It toughened him up.
Vamos a matar esto.
Same goes for the kid. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot.
Fuck, cómo odio estas plantas, joder. Yo creo que la solución
Sling a
es
Johnson's old outpost is all that's
acercarse a
left
ellas,
of
macho.
him.
De todas formas, casi prefiero esto y meterle un buen
Kid
petardo.
sticks to his old standbys. Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion. A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far. Kid's roused up half the wilds by now.
Joder, ahora dejan granadas, los cabrones. Debe ser eso lo que dijo el templo. Vale, aquí parece que estoy en un punto... en un ángulo muerto para ellos.
Then Kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead.
Ah,
And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals.
parece que resiste los ataques.
Hit him anywhere but the hindquarters and he only make him mad. Hardly any signs of the old Jocelyn camp.
Venga, hombre.
The Wilds already reclaimed this place. He's anxious to get back.
¡A mierda el micro!
After all,
Rápido.
he's got the final core. His journey's over, right?
Ya, sí, ya, hombre.
Well, no.
¿Qué te crees que no me iban a engañar?
Not by a long shot. Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says. But I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone.
¡Se han pegado! Oh. ¿Qué dice esta?
When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him. Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home.
Buah. Se ha alado.
Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards.
Fragmento.
We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
A ver qué tenemos en la forja. Jo, yo quiero estas armas ya, macho. Bueno, pues lo hacemos aquí. Vamos a ver si hago algún desafío, que seguro que hay alguno de pistolas. Segurísimo, vamos.
The city brought the shards to the
Vale, aquí
wilds.
están.
Now the
Así
kids
que
gonna
nada,
bring 'em
nos vemos en el
back.
próximo capítulo. Hasta luego.